Howdy folks. We're going to do the Access Chapter 1 guided project. And this is going to be actually not too bad. So the first thing that you're going to notice every time you open Access is that you're going to have to enable the content. And it has a security warning, and it says some content has been disabled. And this is because inside Access, which is actually a programming language in many ways, you can program things that would actually change your computer. So you want to make sure that it's from a source that you trust before you click on Enable Content. So I'm going to have to click twice. I don't now have any idea why I have to click twice, but I do. And then you want to save it somewhere where you know it is. So I'm going to do File, and I'm going to do Save As, and Save Database As, not an object, because I could save a table or something else. So I'm going to do Save Database Access, Save As, and ever so slowly a dialog box will pop up. And I'm going to go to Blend Class Examples, and there we go. You can actually see that I've saved it several times. And then I have to hit Enable Content again, because actually I'm opening a new database. The one I started with, I saved this one separately. So that's just a little aside. So the first thing that the instructions ask us to do is create a new table in Design View and add these fields. So, well, we go to the Create tab, and then we can go, we have tables, queries, forms, reports, macros, and codes. We will not do anything with macros and codes during this course, but table and table in Design View. There we go. And in this view, it wants the field names to be pub ID. These do not have any spaces in them. And it wants us to accept short text as the data type for all of them. And they're using camel case notation, which is, I'm not that great at multitasking, but it means that you have no spaces in it and you capitalize the first letter of each succeeding word. So there we go. We have the data type for all of our fields as short text, and then it asks us to set pub ID field as the primary key. So I'm going to right click, primary key, and I'm going to show you really quickly what I do with the instructions if I can drag over to my other monitor. So as you're going through here, go ahead and highlight the parts that you've done. And when I highlight, I get my little quick access bar and just click highlight. I know I've done that because it is so easy to get interrupted momentarily and to forget an instruction in an Access. It's going to be very important that you follow these instructions step by step. So now I set pub ID as a primary field and save the table using the name publishers, and then view it in Datasheet View. And I'm going to go ahead and highlight that instruction, and I can, when I close the table, it's going to give me an opportunity to change the name, but I'm just going to double click it. Well, I thought I was. Okay, well, never mind. I'm going to click on it and go to Datasheet View, and then it's going to ask me if I want to save the table, and I'm going to say yes, and now I'm going to change the name of the table to Publishers. And I'll just hit Enter for OK. Now, I can actually enter data in it, and the next instruction is to enter the data. When you look at this instruction number 4, it may be a little bit confusing because the zip code goes down to the second line, and I have to tell you that I looked at the instruction a little bit before I figured out exactly what was going on. So KN. Ooh, look at this. I forgot publisher name. So what I'm going to do is delete this, and I am going to go back into design view, and I'm going to move these down. Really can't multitask very well. And when I tell you that you need to find a time and you need to set it aside, you really do. Because as simple as this is, I left off pub name. And it's really easy to fix it right now. And we do want it in that order, and we can change the order of things, but that was maybe the easiest way to do it. Now I can actually right click up here and go to Datasheet View. Yes, go ahead and save my table. Thank you very much. All right, pub ID KN. And you know that if you make any typographical error, it is going to count it wrong. Alrighty, all that data has been entered, and then it asks us to close the table. As soon as you enter it, the data is saved, unlike the design of the table. And that's one of the things that's a little hard to get used to. You don't have to do Control S. It saves it automatically when you enter it. Now it wants us to open the book table and create a new entry. So we'll just double click it. And down here, the star is on new, and we put in 15 for the code. Oops. Okay, and notice that I didn't have to type the $sign in. It's already formatted as currency. So it's going to put the $sign and commas in for you. So if you see values like that, don't bother to put the $sign in. And it wants to sort the records in the book by pub date and descending order. So here's pub date. Click up here at the top. Sort largest to the smallest, descending. Save and close the table. So when I close it, it asks if I want to save it, and I hit yes. And I'm going to highlight. Actually, I don't even have to highlight. Yes, I am. All my rows that I've done. So we're through instruction number 6. And instruction number 7 says to open the maintain author's form in record 2 for Keith Mulberry. So we'll come over here. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to scroll up so that I can see all of the instructions at once, and I don't have to do that again. So we've got a form here, maintain authors, double click, and it opens it up, and this is really handy dandy. And we want to find Keith Mulberry. So down here on the bottom, these are going to be a little bit difficult to see. I can just go through them one by one, and we only have 6. If you had 14,000 of them, you would definitely want to be able to use a search function, and a place like this actually would have millions probably of records, and then searching and sorting become much more important. So what it wants us to do now is to add a new title to the subform. I want you to notice that this form is the authors, and this actually comes from the books table. So we're going to put Computer Wisdom 3, and the ISBN 0684 80417 5, and PH, and the year is 2017, and the price is 32. I don't even have to put .00. It knows its currency, and the current stock amount is 42. Okay. Find that I do have to go back and forth. What I'm doing is going through and highlighting the instruction I just finished, which is what I tell you to do, because I don't want to skip an instruction for your sake. So I want to use the navigation bar to search for author ID 16. And we have actually 2 searches on here, so pay attention. Down here on the bottom is how we go through the records. There might be more than one page of the subform, which is the books. This is the main form search record, so I want to search for author 16. And there we go. That is Luann Rice is author 16. And then edit the subform so that stock amount is 6 instead of 496 for the book Follow the Stars Home. Okay, I can't see what, let's see, we've got 496, and that's correct. 496 should be 6. So do that. Tab. All right. Follow the Stars Home. Okay, open the Publisher's Books and Authors Report and check that the report shows 3 listings for Keith Mulberry as author. So, that'll be interesting. It should, we hope. Keith Mulberry. Something's wrong there because it didn't show. Yes, it does. There's Mulberry down there. So there's all 3 of our books. It's not sorted by author, though. Okay, we want to view the layout in print preview and open the Publisher's Books and Authors query and sort the query by publisher's name in ascending order. Okie doke. So let's go to the, that is the publisher's author. So, oh, I needed to open the report, not the query, and I opened the query. So let's go ahead and open this. And this is in the sorted view, and there's Mulberry Keith. So it's like I was telling you, you don't have to save anything or do Control-S. When you make a change to the data, it automatically saves. Now let's go back to the publisher's query, because the next instruction says to sort the query by publisher's name in ascending order. So publisher's name, ascending means A to Z. So we're sorted in ascending name. And we're going to use filter by selection to show only the books by authors whose first name is Stephen. So author's first name, I can click that off and change that to Stephen and hit OK. So there we go. Now we want to sort the query by title in ascending order, save and close the query. So title, A to Z, and save and close the query. So when I click this and hit yes, I want to, we do have a save button. We can go up and save it, but to me, I'm all about saving clicks. Okay, now open the books table and use filter by form to create a filter that will identify all books published after 2010 with fewer than 100 items in stock. And apply the filter and preview the filtered table. All right, so open the books table. We can go ahead and close this also because we're finished. And we can close maintain authors. And we want to go to the books table. And we want to do filter by form. So advanced up here, filter by form. So this is really easy. I'm just going to tab through the fields. And what we want to do is we want to identify all books published after 2010. So publishing date, we want that to be greater than 2010. And then we want fewer than 100 items in stock. So less than 100. And then toggle the filter. And there we go. Only look at that. That is greater than 100, isn't it? It most certainly is. Advanced. Filter by form. Let's fix that. That probably means the other one's backward too. So you have to look at things and you have to make sure that you got it right. And look at the stock amounts. That's great. Look at the years. That's great. That's the way it's supposed to be. And guess what? That's all. Save, close, and submit. And you have finished with Chapter 1 Guided Project. Have a great day.